guys to know that it is being recorded. Welcome to our Black Mastermind. I'm Keyshawn Graves. I'm a philanthropist and entrepreneur and your business development mentor with Beachbody Corporate. How's everybody doing tonight? Thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm really excited. I think that this is a good topic. This is actually a topic that you guys brought up to our attention that it needed to be discussed. So tonight we're going to be sharing tips and best practices on sharing this business opportunity as well as overcoming objections. Anybody get an objection every now and then? Before we get started, I do have a few announcements. One, I've gotten a few messages regarding this group. And so I wanted to start our call by sharing that this group is open for everyone. This group is open for everyone. Now, the creators identified themselves as Black women. But this group wasn't just created for Black people. This is a resource for minorities and for people of color and for people who have a desire to reach a market for people of color. This is an opportunity. This is a platform to connect, to learn, to grow, to uplift, to support, to be recognized. This is not intended to divide the company, but this is intended to give people who may feel as though they aren't represented an opportunity to not only be represented themselves, but to see other people who look like them being represented, recognized, reaching goals, achieving their success in some sort of fashion. If you speak Spanish, we have a group for people who speak Spanish and want to target people who speak Spanish. If you speak French, we have a group for people who speak French and want to target French speakers. So we want to make sure that as our coaches, you guys are supported, period. So I wanted to make sure I started the call by sharing that. This group is for everybody. One of my coaches said, oh, I didn't think that I could add myself to the group. Yes. Yes, this is not a divisive thing. This is for everyone. So I wanted to start our call by sharing that. That's that. While people are still coming on, if you have some people who wanted to be on this call, do me a favor, message them, tag them to the post with the link so we can get more people on this call. I think that we have a very rich discussion in store, and the more the merrier. So while people are coming on, here are a few more things I'm very passionate about. I'll get to the announcements, and then we'll spend the bulk of the evening talking about our topic tonight. A couple things that I'm passionate about. One, this is an open discussion. This is an open discussion. This is a mastermind. And so I really want everyone to be intentional about tonight. Let me see, who is muted? Who needs to be muted? I don't know who it is. Mute yourselves. Let me see, who is it? Let's see. Mute yourselves. Do me a favor, guys.
It's me, sorry.
No, you're fine. But I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself in a second. So I want you guys to be intentional about tonight and getting exactly what you need to get from our discussion today. So make sure that you ask questions. Make sure that you give your tips and give your advice. There are no dumb questions. There's no dumb advice. So this is open discussion. Be ready to converse with us. Also, you guys belong. Everyone here belongs. Everyone has value to add. Everyone has something to bring to this mastermind. So it doesn't matter how new or tenured you are, you belong, and we want to hear from you. Also, this is not an opportunity for you to compare yourselves to others. Well, actually, this is. I don't want you to. Because you don't know their effort, you don't know their life, you don't know their goals, you don't know how they're stretching themselves. And so I don't want you to come onto this call thinking, oh, I'm not doing what Duan's doing, I'm not doing what Toy's doing. That's not what this is about. This is about sharing our best practices so that we can collectively be better. Okay? This is also not an opportunity to chase after every shiny object. We are going to hear a million, at least 1,000 great things that you can go implement right now. That's not the objective for this call. This is an opportunity for us to share what works, but what you're doing is clearly working. So don't get off this call and start doing too much, or don't get off this call and have so much to do that you actually do nothing. That's not what this call is intended for. But if there is something that speaks to you, speaks to your culture, do try it. Give it some time to grow legs. But at the very least, these are tips that you can share with your team who may be experiencing some of these objections. Lastly, again, this is interactive. So I'm going to do as little speaking as possible. This beginning part is the most that you will hear from me because you guys are the experts. You guys are the ones who are overcoming objections. You guys are the ones sharing the business opportunity. And while I do work with so many amazing coaches, I do have value to add to the conversation. You don't want to hear from me. We want to hear from you. So again, put that interactive in the forefront of your mind because we're going to be talking tonight. All right, so our announcements real quick. I only have, okay, it sounds like a lot, so I'm not going to tell you. I have 6. 1, but they're going to go fast. I don't have 5, actually. Team Cup, we have plenty of months left to reach your goals or start pushing for them or to push for them relentlessly until next month starts. I want you guys to wake up on the first knowing that you could not have given this month a fingernail tip more. That's what Team Cup is for. That's what the team is about. It's to pick you up. It's to push you through whatever you may be going through. And for us to win, for sure. So if you are experiencing some headwinds, let's begin to turn it around and use those as tailwinds. Also, if you have goals that you have not yet reached, tonight is the last day of the week. We have about a week and a few days left of this month. You will not offend me. You will not offend anyone on this call if you excuse yourself to go reach your goals. I would much rather you be inviting and following up than on this call right now. This call is being recorded. I'm going to make sure it's up and posted in our in the group page. I'm going to post it in the file section so you can always go back and look at it if the post gets buried. If you have goals, see ya. We love you. Mwah. Go reach your goals. Okay, also, we're doing a Team Cup Black Edition. If you haven't seen or heard of that yet, it's exclusively for people here in this group. I put all the details of this in the file section. So if you're on a cup team and you haven't entered your name to win weekly prizes, we've already given out some prizes, and we're going to be doing 2 more giveaways. We're going to be doing a giveaway on the 25th, and then we're going to do one to conclude cup. Speaking of the winners, huge shout out for Team Melanated Magic. That team is led by Shawana Mays, and Team Get Shift Done, led by Ayanna Penn. They were our top point earners for the last 2 weeks. Also, Team Work For It and Team Diamonds and Rough earned some prizes. So there's always a chance to win, even if you don't have points on the board or the most cup points. So that's enough about cup. On to the next announcement. Don't forget to mute yourself as you're coming in. The Diamond Bonus Promotion. For my coaches who were lifetime star, diamond, and below as of July 5th, you want to be sure that you wake up as diamond tomorrow in order to hold it for 6 weeks. When you complete those 6 weeks, you're going to be setting yourself up to be in contention for the diamond bonus promotion. Of course, there's Success Club involved and all that good stuff. So you want to make sure that you read up on FAQ 8005. But you just need to make sure that you wake up as diamond tomorrow in order to be in contention for the diamond bonus promotion. If you missed the cutoff this quarter, no worries. The next quarter, the 4th quarter, the last opportunity to earn this bonus starts on the 28th of September. Earn this, y'all. Earn this bonus, especially if we want this to stay around. So do I have any questions? Let me ask that. Do I have any questions about the diamond bonus promotion really quick, or any of our bonus promotions? We give out a quarterly bonus for all of our 2 stars, 5 stars, 10 stars, 15-star diamonds. And we are just now opening, this is the first quarter ever in Beachbody's history that we're opening up for diamonds too. Any questions? Feel free to unmute yourself. Okay. All right. Well, moving on. Next one, up and coming promotion. We're giving away 3 trips. Go for that, y'all. Danita Smothers, she won a trip. She can tell you all about it. Next, take advantage of the 10 for 10 promotion, helping 10 people with the challenge pack this month. It doesn't specify new people. It just says 10 people with the challenge pack this month. And those points can be used for a magnitude of things, like qualifying for Elite, Premier, qualifying to attend leadership and new leader conference, things that we should be going for, especially if this is your business, if you're working this as a business. Okay. Whew. Lastly, we got to the last one. Like I mentioned at the beginning, I'm here to support you. I'm your corporate business development mentor, and I'm here to share tips and best practices, ideas. I'm here to brainstorm and strategize to help you reach your goals. I do those in one-on-ones. I do those in masterminds. I do those in team calls. I do those in whatever way you need in order to have the resources necessary to reach your goals. I've opened my calendar specifically to this group this week through next Tuesday before I travel to Nashville. Take advantage. Take advantage of those. It doesn't matter how new, it doesn't matter how 10 you are. I would love to talk to you about your business, about your goals, and make sure that we have strategy set up to make sure that you reach those. I always joke and say use and abuse me, but honestly, use and abuse me. That's what I'm here for. I'm your resource. And while I've never been a coach, and I've never worked this business, that the value that I bring is the fact that I work with so many amazing coaches. So I can tell you what's working and what's not working. I posted the link to the Google Doc to schedule a call in the group. So if you just go and search, I posted that actually underneath this post. So schedule some time. All right, that's enough. Did it in 10 minutes. Woo! Let's get on with our mastermind. Real quick, let's see. Who do we have on? I wonder if we can do this in 10 minutes. We only have about 20 people on. I think we can do this in 10 minutes. Who do we have on? Unmute yourself. Who are you? Where do you live? I like to figure out where you live because we are building this business behind a computer. And so if there's somebody around the corner, let's link up. Let's go work together at the Starbucks Panera Bread. Let's hold each other accountable. So who are you? Where do you live? And your current rank? All right. Dewan, you're on the top of my screen. Why don't you start first? And then I guess I'll just call people out.
Hello, my name's Dewan. For those of you who know Canada, I'm in Brampton. For those of you who don't know Canada, I'm from Toronto, Ontario. And what else did you ask us to say? Where we're from and
who you are, where you're from, and your current rank.
Okay, so yes, I'm Dewan. I'm in Toronto, Canada, and I'm a diamond coach.
Boom. Thank you. Miss Yolanda. I think that took care of the background noise. Oh, let me unmute you. There you go.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Yolanda. I'm in Los Angeles, and I'm a coach.
Awesome. Ayana. And it looks like we have somebody else behind you. I can't tell. I can't see the face.
Am I still marked?
Oh, now you're good. We can hear you now.
Hi, you guys. My name is Ayana. I am a star diamond coach in the Bronx, and this is my sister.
I am Tania, and I am a diamond coach.
Awesome. Welcome, Tania. Nice to meet you. Hey, Celeste.
Hi, everybody. I am Celeste. I live in Dallas, Texas, and I am an Emerald coach.
Boom. Awesome. Dallas representing. Thanks for being here. Hey, Kayla.
Hi.
Hey, girl.
So I am Kayla, and I am in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. So when you come to Nashville next week, you really need to holler at me.
Okay. I have a little breakfast planned, actually. We'll have to talk.
Yes, we will. So I like freshly in 2 weeks, just signed my first one last week. So I think that's called an elite coach, maybe.
Doing the elite coach activities for sure. Congratulations, girl. Welcome to the family.
Thank you.
Girl. Woo! I love it. Welcome. Sorry, I'm trying to calm down my boisterousness, but you know me, y'all know it's hard. Thank you. Welcome to the call, Kayla. Welcome to the family.
Thank you.
Miss Katrina.
Hi guys, I'm Katrina. I'm currently in I'm currently in Maryland staying with family, but I'm from Virginia Beach, and I usually would say I live in Northern Virginia area. I'm kind of in a transition right now because I'm moving to Puerto Rico next month.
What?
And I'm an Emerald coach.
Shut up, Puerto Rico. See, this is another reason why I like to know where people live, because now we got a friend in Puerto Rico. Awesome. Congratulations on Emerald. Welcome to the call. Miss Camille. I'm going to unmute you. Can you talk? I'm going to unmute you. Okay, I just unmuted you.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Can you see me?
Yep, we can. Well, you're kind of.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait, I'm confused now. I see Judea talking, but Camille. Okay.
Let me go back to my.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Can you see me now?
Yep.
Okay. I'm Camille, and I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, and I am an Emerald coach.
Boom. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Jay.
Thank you.
Hey, love. How you doing, girl?
Hey.
Can I get out now?
Did you say Jaquela?
Yep.
Okay. Hey, y'all. I'm Jaquela. I live in Columbus, Ohio. Hold on. I got 2 loud kids that's ready to get out the car. And I have 1 coach under me, but on Friday, I will be Emerald.
Woo! Love it.
So,
Love it. Congrats.
yeah.
I love it. That's a great way to start our call. All right, Jay, I know that your kids. Miss Regina, hey, how are you? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to unmute you. There you go.
Hi, I'm Regina. I live in New York, and I'm a coach.
What part of New York are you in?
I'm in Jamaica, Queens.
Is that near the Bronx?
No, it's not too far, but it's like close.
Okay, because I know that Ayana and Chris Downing, they're planning. Okay. Yeah. All right. Hey, Jediah, I feel like I'm saying your name wrong.
Sorry. It's Judea.
Judea, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. My name is Judea. I live in New Jersey, Central Jersey, South Brunswick, and I'm an Emerald coach.
Boom. Welcome. Hey, Jennifer. He's a hoot. Are you able to unmute yourself? Here, I'll unmute you. There you go.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Mayberry, and I live in Denver, Colorado, and I'm an Emerald coach, but I'm going to be a Diamond here soon.
Love it. Welcome.
Ooh,
I can't wait to celebrate
still
you.
there?
Yep, we can still hear you. I'm going to mute you. Miss Miriam, are you able to talk?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yep, we sure can.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not able to turn on my video at the moment, but I'm assuming we're just doing introductions.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and just like where we're located, where, I don't know, how long we've been with Beachbody and what rank we are, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, let's do who you are, where you live, and your rank.
Okay, my name's Miriam Jordan. I live in the Atlanta, Georgia area, and I'm coach rank.
Boom. Welcome, Alexandra.
Hi. I don't know if you guys can see me. I can't figure out my video, but I'm Alice. I live in Overland Park, Kansas currently, but California in a few weeks, and I'm a coach.
What part of California are you moving to?
Southern.
Southern. Okay, I know that we have Yolanda's in LA.
Okay.
So we got some family. All right, welcome.
Thank you.
Victoria. Hey, girl. Okay, maybe she can't talk, so if she comes back, then we'll get her. Hey, did I miss anybody? I know that Tara said she couldn't call Joelle, or she couldn't talk. Joelle said she couldn't talk. Shiana.
Can you hear me?
Yep, sure can.
Okay. Hi guys, I'm Cheyenne. I live in Montreal for those that know what Canada is. If not, I'm in Quebec, but you guys should know that.
Don't you play us like that?
Pardon?
I said, don't you play us like that?
Well, a lot of people, they're like, where's Montreal? So it's like, okay, fine, I'm in Quebec. Like, people in Beachbody should know what Quebec is. And I'm an Emerald coach.
Awesome. Welcome. Thanks for being here.
Of course.
Did I miss anyone? I feel like I might have. Anyone who wanted to speak. Okay. Well, if I did, unmute yourself. Victoria, it looks like you just unmuted yourself.
Yes, I just did. I have like 1,000 kids behind me over here. But my name is Victoria. I'm a diamond coach. I live in Pennsylvania, and just wanted to make sure I join in to listen to this call tonight.
Okay. Well, thanks for being here. All right. So we did that in 10 minutes. Thank you, guys. So let's dig into our evening. I'm going to start by asking, what objections do you guys hear most often? And I think that we should start our conversation by hearing how, or even seeing. Feel free to share your screen if you have some images that you would like to share with us. But I think that we should start a conversation by seeing and hearing how you all overcome them. So what are some common objections that you hear often? Everyone, feel free to unmute yourself. When you want to talk. Camille, I see that your hand is raised. Just unmute yourself and talk.
I have a lot of people that tell me that they they have to get out the house to work out.
Okay, so let's start there. Let's take an objection, and then let's collectively brainstorm overcoming that, and then we'll move to the next one. So they need to get out the house. Have you guys heard that before too? Okay, so how do you guys overcome that? Feel free to unmute yourself. Nobody?
Yes, what I tend to do is I just ask questions. I just ask them, you know, what steps does it take for them to get out of the house? I try to show them how inconvenient it can be most times, even though there are probably times when it's successful when getting to the gym. But I ask them, do you drive to the gym? How long does it take you to get there? Do you pack a bag to go? And I just show them how much time they can save by not driving, how much gas they can save. What if you forget your water? You got to buy water. I show them all the little nuances that add up to an inconvenience or out-of-pocket pay, whereas working at home would save them a lot of money and a lot of time and no expense in between. So I just ask a lot of questions and I just kind of like help them paint a picture of how you just save more time and more money by doing it at home.
So Ayana, how do you start something like that? I would imagine that some people might feel like, well, how do I push back like that? How do you start that type of conversation?
Well, I'll say, well, what kind of things do you do at the gym? Oh, I do my treadmill for about, and I said, well, how long do you do that for? Oh, about 45 minutes. I said, so what's your goal with that? Oh, to get my heart rate up. I said, okay, cool. Then what do you do next? Well, usually depends on what I want to work on. So what do you want to work on? My legs. Okay, so what do I do? That machine. How long do you do that for? Oh, I don't know. So I just started to paint the lack of structure. And I said, well, how long have you been going to the gym? And are you getting closer to your goals? Well, I still got a lot of work to do. I said, well, okay, let me just show you one way that you could probably get there closer. And I talk about results of others. Even if I don't have the results, I'll show results of others that might have gotten that leg or that booty or that ab work by doing one of our programs. You know, I use y'all, you guys. I use others if I don't have it. And I just show the comparison. And another thing I do is I tell them that if they tried one of these programs, there's a finite amount of time that they can expect to use and get results. Whereas when you go to a gym, it's like going into an endless tunnel. You sign up today, you might have a year's membership, but you never know when you get a goal. But with our Beachbody On Demand workouts, 21 days, you should expect a difference or your money back. 30 days, you should expect a difference. Okay, so I do that comparison, like bottomless pit, you know?
I like that. And has anybody else experienced it? Judea, I saw your hand. That you've also experienced this objection. I'm just gonna call people out. I'm sorry, I'm calling you out.
Sorry, hold on. Let me put my video back on. Trying to multitask.
Okay.
So yes, I have experienced that objection, and I wasn't really quite sure where to go. So that's why I was just taking notes with it. I have asked in the past what kind of things they do, and the one or two people that were able to give me a definitive answer kind of had their routine going for them. So I didn't really know where to go from there, but I could have asked about the time and the gas and the saving money, that sort of thing. But in terms of the equipment that they use and things of that nature, they pretty much were able to explain that to me pretty thoroughly.
Ayana got something to say to that, and we're going to go to Shiana.
Okay.
What I was going to say is you may find people that really do love the gym environment. And then you can also, I don't know where you live geographically, but then there's weather changes. You know, is there ever a time of year where you don't get to go as often as you want? So talk about preparing for those times. Say, hey, listen, you can go to the gym, but this can be your backup for when that time comes. You don't have to stop your gym schedule. But if they start to do a little bit of our programs on those off times, they'll fall in love or at least get the experience of, you know, padding in those gaps with the Beachbody On Demand.
That's good. Thank you.
Shiana?
Yeah, I was going to say, other than, sorry, I can't put on my video right now. But other than when you have a customer that's already going to the gym, if you're speaking to someone and they're like, I need to go to the gym so I can't do your program. I had this one girl, that was her thing. She's like, I have 4 children. They're not going to give me any time to do my workout. So I need, and I really broke it down for her. I was like, okay, exactly what Ayana was saying, that, you know, you ask a lot of questions. That's what I did. I asked her a whole bunch of questions. I'm like, so when are you going to be able to go to the gym since you have the 4 children? And she's like, oh, well, I'll be able to take the time to go. Okay, so why can't you take the time to do it at home? And then she was like, yeah, but when I'm home, they're going to ask me questions. They're going to ask me this. They're going to ask me that. So after like asking her a whole bunch of questions and saying, okay, well, the time that you're going to take to go to the gym, like you're in school, you're working full time, you have 4 kids, how are you going to get it done? After maybe like 20 minutes of talking to her, she was like, I ain't got time to go to the gym. I'm like, exactly. Like, this is exactly what I'm getting to. You need to be able to like do this quickly, right? And at first she was a little hesitant, and it like we actually got off the phone and she was like, okay, I'll let you know. And then I had a 14-day bod group coming up. I invited her to it. She got into it, and I was like, I don't know if she's going to love it. I don't know if she's going to be like, you see, the children won't let me do it. And she fell in love. Like, this girl was like day 2 posting on Facebook talking about she found her solution. She can't go to the gym. She could do her workouts at home. I was like, wow. So really it's about asking those questions and then not being shy to be like, really, you got to be able to tell the children, give you that half an hour for you to do your workout. Like, that's it. You know?
You can't
So,
pour
yeah.
from an empty glass, right? And so in order for me to be the best mom and wife and just person that I can be, I need to make sure I'm taking care of me. Great point. Thank you for bringing that up. And Allison and Joyelle both bring up good points too. Allison says if they have the gym down, ask them about nutrition, Shakeology, and the performance line are still options. We learned at Summit that they're going to be able to give 5% more during their workout to even get better results, bigger results or smaller results. But so make sure that we are talking about the nutrition aspect too. And Joyelle said the same thing, lean on nutrition as well. You can work out at the gym, but they still need Shakeology. So all great points. Did anybody else take bod with you to the gym? If you have wireless speakers, it's easy. It's what Yolanda said. Anybody else have anything in regards to this particular, I need to get out the house objection? So in addition to what we've already mentioned, oh, I hear somebody. Go for it.
I was going to say, on top of talking to them about the gym and how it's going to help them meet their goals, I like to push a little bit more into why they want to go to the gym. Because for a lot of them, it's a social thing. Like I have some people who they don't have an outlet and they don't have a social life. They don't have, like they go to work and then that's it. They live alone and they want to go out to the gym so that they're surrounded by people. So I kind of probe into that a bit more, saying, okay, well, for the gym, your goal is to meet this certain place in terms of your fitness, but the gym isn't meeting that goal. You're actually using the gym to meet this social need. So we talk about what else can you be doing to meet that social need, right? Like, are there other groups that you can join? Are there other things that you can do that'll get you out of the house that you meet that need? Because that's what you're trying to fill with the gym, but the gym isn't helping you to get to that ultimate goal for fitness. So if you kind of help them to think about how else they can get that that personal contact, or how they can get out and meet people and socialize without having to go to the gym, then they're even more willing to try working out at home, because now they realize, oh, I can, I don't know, go to a different group or join a different group and actually build that social network, because you don't really build relationships that well at the gym too. So even just probing with them, saying, have you met people at the gym? What is that filling that need for you really? How else can you better meet that need? So even just talking to that directly too, and not dismissing the fact that they want to get out of the house because they want to see people and they want to make friends. So that might help as well.
Great point, Dawn. And that's actually where I was going to go. In addition to what we've already mentioned, if they're local, if they're close, go work out with them. Invite them to the garage to work out with you. Maybe you're not local, but you have another challenger who is local, or a coach who is local, or someone who teaches a live platform in their neighborhood or near them. If that is what's keeping them, then let's invite them to work out with us and with people. So that was a great one. Thank you so much for bringing up that objection. Give me another one. Let's overcome another one. Ayana.
Sorry.
You're fine.
Am I there?
Yep.
Oh, I don't mean to monopolize, but I just want to just really piggyback off the idea of doing it as a group because, you know, we run a fit club here in the Bronx, and you know, before we did it, I was all about working out at home. You know, just everybody having ownership, doing it at their place, and telling me about it. You know, but I realized that there really is. Dewan made such a great point where people do, maybe not you, maybe not me, really feed off of that group energy. So if you are someone who, like she said, can have a group session, do that. If you can start a fit club wherever you are, do that because there's value in that. Then also, again, on those other days to fill in the gaps, they'll more comfortable with going home. You know, but you're right. I don't know about you. Like, I don't mind working out alone. I'm like, I'm fine by myself, you know. But there are some people that really do need that engagement. And you get a lot out of it too. So that's another really good point. Like, yeah, don't be afraid to invite them to come together.
Nope, not at all. Not at all. Great, great, great. Okay, give me another one, guys. You guys don't hear objections? Okay, go for it, Jennifer.
Well, obviously, a lot of the time it's the money.
Okay.
The monthly cost of Shakeology. Why Shakeology? I'm sorry, my internet's really bad.
We can hear you though. We're keeping up. So money, okay. The monthly cost of Shakeology.
Yep.
Okay. So what first, before we brainstorm with the group, what are some ways that you overcome that?
I try to understand a lot of the time what they're spending their money on for their goals. Like, are you spending money for a gym and you're not going to it anymore? How, you know, what other things are you using your money for that maybe aren't helping you to reach your goals? You know, where do you go to eat at? Are you do you stop at Starbucks? Do you get a McDonald's, you know, Coke every now and again? Kind of those kind of things to help them figure out another way to use their money. Like, they could, instead of using their money that way, use their money for this to reach your goals.
Okay, like that. I like that. Thank you, Jennifer. Let's talk about the money objection. I asked them if they buy lunch every day, says Camille. It's not in the budget. Thanks, Camille. Give me some other stuff.
So what I just did with a couple of the girls, be quiet real quick. What I just did with a couple of the girls who told me they couldn't afford it, they complained that it was just way too much. So hold on, let me pick them up. They complained that it was way too much. And so I convinced them to do the quarterly bot subscription so that they can see how awesome it is for a cheaper price. And then tell them how much extra money they're going to be spending because they did the quarterly instead of, you know, the annual, and to get the Shakeology because they're struggling to meal prep and stuff, and they're complaining about time. And once I said that to them, they're like, yeah, you're right. So a couple of the girls that I'm talking to are considering now doing the Shakeology. And I told them that if you become a club member or even a discount coach, you'll get a discount. So that's what I'm working on tonight with like 3 chicks.
Okay. Yolanda just mentioned it's $4 a day. Where can you get a meal for that price? When I put it that way, it gives them pause. And speaking of breaking down the cost, I forgot who posted it, but they posted the overcoming objections piece that I shared with them. I actually got this from, I think it came down from Bonnie Engel. I didn't create it, basically. It came from another coach. But it's been posted in the group by one of our leaders. And so one of those for the I don't have money, and these are kind of, these where she was pushing for a goal. And so these are kind of like out the box, like grasping at straws type of overcoming objections, but some of these are really, really good. Break down the cost. She says, well, you're in luck. This month, that program is on special, $160 for Beachbody On Demand. And that comes with the workout program, meal plans, portion control containers, on-demand access. It comes with the challenge group, one-on-one support from me, which is typically $119. It comes with Shakeology, the superfood shake, and it comes with the group and a chance to win the Beachbody Challenge, so you can figure that out, 500, 1,000, and it comes with a chance to win a t-shirt at the end. All this stuff, And so literally breaking down everything, the value of that $160. What's another way that you guys go about overcoming the monthly cost of Shakeology or just the money objection?
I can pitch in on that. What I typically do is I invite a ton into coaching directly. And so once I sent this invite to you and I'm able to get you on the phone, we're going to talk about what I did, how I promised myself I was going to spend this money towards, and it wasn't 160 then, it was a lot more, and how I spend this money, but I promised myself and my husband that I was going to make this money back before the month ended, and I did exactly that. And so before I even signed up, I talked to my husband, all right, this is the money we are going to put towards this Beachbody thing that I'm doing. Before I hit submit, I talked to all my friends. I talked to my mom, my sisters. I said, look, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to be a fitness coach. I know it's crazy, but this is what I want right now, and I just need your support. So I had a whole bunch of people lined up, and I put it on Facebook before I even signed up. I'm like, okay, if I got into this, who is going to support me? And a lot of people said, I will support you, Victoria. I was like, all right, great. So I went, sent in my form. Then as soon as I got everything in the mail, I started posting. And right off the bat, within weeks, I went diamond, made my money right away. And I tell them, if you have friends that literally have weight to lose, they can totally benefit from this. The results are there. I can show you pictures of people that I know and blah, 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 my pictures. If you really have these friends who could benefit from results driven program only, 30 minutes a day, 21-day programs, 30 days programs, then you can be rest assured that you will get your money back if money is that tight. But while doing that, you're saving yourself an amazing, you're recreating your life basically, because you're going to feel better. You're going to have a ton of energy. Your skin is going to get better. You're going to have better GI system. And the list goes on and on and on. By the time I'm done, you're like, all right, I get it. I'll sign up. So it usually always works. And that's my story.
I love the fact that you asked who I'm doing this thing, who would support me. That's bold. And I love the fact that you had people saying I would support you. That's, I've actually hadn't heard that before. I really like that, Victoria. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, so unmute yourself if you have some more tips to contribute to this particular objection. But I think that here's some things that I have on top of my head. And that is, one, really understanding the desire, because we know that sometimes people are like, oh yeah, I can't afford it, but they really just don't want it, but they just don't want to tell us no. And so when we really, let me understand, because if it's the cost, if it's the time, if it's you thinking that you can't do it, those are some questions that I can ask. I'm not here to convince you of anything. I'm not in the convincing business, but if there's limiting beliefs in regards to if you can do this, I want to talk to you. Do you want to do this? And once we understand the actual desire, then we can maybe invite them to what one of my leaders, Tara Carr, has implemented, and that's a budget group. So while they are getting value from her free group, they're in a budget group. And in this budget group, she has basically pulled tips and best practices over 7 days from Sue Orman and Dave Ramsey, where they're going through, much like what someone already mentioned, they're going through their budget. Is there anything that you're spending money on frivolously that you don't need, that maybe is counterproductive to what we're trying to do with your health and fitness goals? Like someone mentioned, are you going out to lunch? Are you going to Starbucks? Are you doing these things that are going to hinder you from reaching your health and fitness goal? Do you have 5 family members that will invest $5 to $10? Invest $5 to $10 in you. All right, we're also going to see about carpooling options. Can you carpool to work? Can you take the tram to work? Will that save money? Can you send your kids on the bus or with the neighbor? We're saving money, because at the end of the day, if this is something that you want and money is really the only thing holding you back, then let's get this. And I not only want you to save $160, but I don't want you to ever not be able to do something for yourself or for your family, because ultimately this is for you and your family, because you couldn't afford a $160 investment. And talking to them passionately like that. So understanding the real desire, and if it's really there, because then we can push back. If it's not there, and you guys know when somebody's playing with us. But if the desire is really there, let's get them in that budget group. Let's maybe have them share a bag of Shakeology with a friend, a spouse, a neighbor. Maybe we invite them to work towards getting it for free. Well, do you have 2 or 3 family members who will want to do this with you? Do you have 2 or 3 friends who will want to do this with you? Because we can work towards getting this for free if money is what's holding you back. So those are some of the things that I have. And at the end, we're going to recap all of these objections, because I think that once we begin to get into a couple more of these objections, we're going to hear that the way we overcome them is really all the same. But I'm going to recap all the same ways to overcome them at the end. Okay, give me another objection. No others? Those are the ones that we get?
I'm sorry, I came in late because I thought it was at 9 and not 8.
Sorry.
But anyway, I get a lot of, well, I'm just not in the right place in my life right now to commit to something like this. Or like someone told me last week, because she had told me before that she lives in the middle of nowhere, and so her internet is blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, well, you can download them. But she was like, well, I'm just not in a good place in my life right now.
Okay, that's a good one.
And I don't really know what that means.
How did you overcome that one? How did you push back a little bit?
Well, I told her that I was sorry that she was going through some things, but that fitness can be her me time. It could be that thing, her getaway from whatever she's got going on in her life. And then she stopped responding.
Sometimes people like to play the victim and be the victim. Like, just let me be the victim. Okay, so thank you for sharing that. Let's discuss this one a little bit. I'm not in the right place right now to commit to something like that. What are some things I have? My mind is going. I got some things, but I'm going to open the floor up first because you guys are the ones in the trenches. So what do you guys say to that if you've heard it?
I guess I would ask, where does fitness fit into her overall goals? Because if you're not in the right place, I would really just ask some questions, some probing questions about what is the priority of fitness to her life, and then help her, make a decision, because obviously she's letting that, whatever that is, in my opinion, be sort of an excuse for not moving forward with what she said she wants.
Okay. Thank you, Yolanda. Anybody else?
Yeah, I would ask some more questions, like, what does that mean, you're not in the right place? What is it that she's trying to achieve? Like, what does the right place for her mean? And does she think that fitness could help her in any way? Or would it be, how does she see it being detrimental in any way? Or does she? Just ask some more questions.
Those are good questions too. Those are good. Anybody else? I see you smiling, Katrina. You got something to add?
I don't. I was just smiling at her questions because they were good.
They were really good. Okay. So if anybody else has anything to contribute to this one, feel free to unmute yourself. I have some. Go. Oh, I see you, Anna.
I was thinking, like, you could ask those questions, but also just they may not want to share all the details about what's going on, but you could just say, I've felt the same way before. I've had moments where, I just felt like it wasn't the right place, but, I was invited to a group where there was great energy. There was a great distraction, a hopeful distraction from what I was going on, just for a few minutes a day. So maybe inviting her to a free group, or just having her be a fly on the wall and just teach. You don't have to commit. It might be she needs a free group environment for now, but just for her to have a sanctuary from what's going on in her life until she feels, what, this is actually feeling good. It's actually therapeutic. I want to do more of this,
It is there. Working out is so much more than getting abs and a booty, right? So reminding them in our post, and that's one of the recaps, that working out is much more than getting abs and nice legs. So okay, we had a couple good tips in regards to this not in the right place. Now, let's say that this is a potential coach. We've asked them to be a coach. They say, I'm not in the right place to be a coach. I think that for that type of situation, that type of objection, we need to listen. Yes, we believe in them, and we'll tell them, well, just so you know, you've been motivating people. You've inspired me. We can say that, but for the most part, I think we need to listen to them and let her stay a challenger. Let them stay a challenger, and let them continue to watch you. It's not like they have unfriended you and blocked you. They're still watching you. So they're still going to be getting your value and seeing what you're doing. And then as a challenger, let's make sure that she is, one, getting her desired results. I mean, let's be obsessed with her getting her desired results and making sure that she is also doing personal development. And personal development, she's a challenger. She's not a coach, right? So personal development that's going to pertain to her being filled with what she needs to be filled with, which is confidence, which is belief, which is whatever the situation that she's going through. Maybe it's something speaking directly to that. Maybe it's, I don't know, I'll stop right there. And then be their friend. Oh, don't, okay, you don't want to, it's not for you right now. All right, cool, bye, see you, never again. No, don't do that, because they're still in your pipeline, especially if they haven't unfriended you. So continue to check in on them. Be their friend. Hey, how's everything going? Now, don't let this monopolize your time, because time is a very precious resource, but time is also a resource that gives back. It's a time that time is something you can't get back, but it gives back. And so if you take a few seconds to do a voice message and then send it out, forward it over to a bunch of people, something like that, something so small can have a huge impact. So be their friend and continue to check in on them when they say, I'm not in the right place. So those were some of the tips that I had. We have 14 minutes left. You know what? This was really good. Let's do one more objection, and then we're going to move over to sharing the business opportunity. One more objection that you guys get? And if you don't have one, what about when somebody reads your post, or not your post, reads your message, and you saw that they read it and they were supposed to respond, but they don't? How do you guys overcome that? Has that ever happened? Am I making that up?
It happens to me all the time.
Okay, so let's talk about this.
But I also had somebody that is a challenger and has been a challenger, and her objection is she doesn't think she's ready to be a coach because she has questions about the sugar content in Shakeology, which I think is a cop-out, but you know.
The sugar. Okay, so let's get the question asked, answered. Is it a question that can be answered? I guess I'm confused.
Well, yeah, I mean, she buys Shakeology. Like, she's bought Shakeology on Home Direct for almost a year. And so now that I've said, you know, you're doing really great, blah, 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 yada, yada. I said, I think you'd be really great as a coach. And you can get the Shakeology on a discount, you know. She's like, well, I was meaning to talk to you about that because I don't know about Shakeology anymore because I'm really susceptible to sugar, and Shakeology has more sugar than the other, like the whey protein that I used before. And so.
Anybody experience this? That's good. Camille, Kayla, well, Kayla's still very new. Celeste, I see you're working on homework too. I'm sorry. Anybody have anything to add to this? Victoria, I see you just unmuted yourself.
Not in particular to what Kimberly said, but just to that whole people going ghost on you. I keep it really straight. What I tell them is, look, this is my career. I am a pharmacist. I love fitness. My dream is to eventually be able to build this where people are coming in and working and also building their business with me. And so if there is anything I said that didn't rub you well, or if there is any way that I can answer your questions better, or if there is anything at all I need to do better, please, please, please let me know. But please don't ignore me. And they always coming back when I say that.
Please don't ignore
so
me.
That's a good one to say.
Boom. And then Shiana, and I'll get back to yours, Celeste. Shiana says that's a cop-out, Kimberly. But isn't the sugar but isn't the sugar from foods that they use to make it? Question mark. I saw this question and they answered some recently. And I know that we've been doing Shakeology and Daily Sunshine information sessions. So that question may have been answered in one of those sessions. Anybody else? I agree. This is a cop out. Audrey, hey girl.
Hi. So this actually just happened to me. I had a young lady who was just commenting on our fit group, and she really wanted to know about nutrition. It just so happened to be the night before the sneak peek that we did. And so, you know, I had just casually invited her, and because, you know, she was just into fitness and helping folk. And I'm like, girl, you sound like you would be a good coach. And I never really just, you know, but if I see somebody who, you know, it's like, you know what, they would probably be a good coach. So I kind of just put it out there, and she was like, really, you know, I could do this. And so she did the sneak peek, and she was like, I want to do this. And she was just so on board. She was so excited. And so it's like, okay, well, this is what we can do. And the holdup was she was just trying to decide what flavor Shakeology she wanted. And we went back and forth a little bit. I told her about the guarantee. If you don't like it, you can send it back. And then she's like, okay, so what do you think I should do? And she was going to spend $39 for just feed, spend another, you know, 30, 40, 25 bucks, whatever, for the sample pack. And I'm like, why don't you just go ahead and get the challenge pack? And then if you don't like it, send it back. And she goes, okay, that sounds great. And then she just went totally ghost. And so I reached out last Wednesday, and I was like, you know, hey, you know, blah, 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 you know, just tell me what you want to do next. I know it's been really, really busy, da, da, da. So I still didn't hear anything. So as a matter of fact, me and my husband discussed this. And so just today, I reached out and I said, hey, you know, I know you were pretty excited. I just wanted to just make sure you're okay. I said, not necessarily as far as, you know, for the business opportunity. I just wanted to check on you because we did connect, and I still haven't heard anything. I see that she read it, and I'm just like, okay, I think I should just move on, you know, but I mean, she was just so excited. So, you know, I didn't want to just write her off that she was ignoring me, because something could really be going on, you know. But I don't know what else to do other than that and just move on.
Ooh, this is a good one. Yes.
Audrey, so what I'll say to that, sorry.
You're fine, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say that, you know, you just definitely want to make sure that you are not just, you know, leaving her to whatever's going on. You want to address it, but just let her know that, look, I'm going to, for the sake of not bothering you, I'm going to leave you alone. But please make sure that you let me know if it's something that has to do with me. And if not, know that I'm here for you whenever things are better or time is right. And if you're not interested and you've changed your mind, it's totally okay. You just want to make sure you close the loop there, right? And whenever they're ready, they'll come. And then once a month, you check in on them and say, hey, how are you? Okay. How are things? Are things better?
Thank you, Victoria. Katrina.
Yeah, so my answers of what I usually do are actually pretty similar to Victoria. If someone ghosts me, like when I first send them the invite, I will send them a message and say, hey, I really hope you know that the invite didn't offend you. I just think that, and then tie it back to the conversation that you guys had. Like, I just know that you were trying to lose that last 20 pounds, or I just thought you'd be an amazing coach because you're already into fitness, and, you know, whatever, tie it back to something about them. And like Victoria was saying, usually with that, I hope I didn't offend you, that little phrase there, people usually get back and they'll be like, oh no, I just, whatever excuse they're going to give you of why they didn't answer. And then as far as for Audrey, as far as that girl, I was watching this video from Raina Odell a while ago. And she said that what she does when people, like, you followed up with this person, you know, multiple times and they don't answer to you, like if you've sent them 3 messages and they haven't answered, and obviously it's getting to the point where it's like, okay, I don't want to like stalk this person. She'll send a final one and she'll say, hey, I totally understand if you're not interested in this opportunity anymore. I'm going to go ahead and take you off of my follow-up list, so I'm not bothering you. Let me know if you need anything in the future. And what she said was if they have any kind of interest at all, they will get back to you and say, hey, I am still interested. I just need 3 months, 6 months, whatever, before you follow back up with me.
Okay. Duan had her hand up.
So I used to get ghosts ghost people all the time. And what I found that's worked for me as of the last couple months is once someone says that they're interested in getting the package, or they say that they're interested in being a coach, then I start having a conversation with them about who they are, forming a relationship, pretending like they already are a challenger and that we're becoming friends. So I'd be like, hey, you know, since I'm going to be your coach, you know, I'd love to know more about you because that's going to help me to be a better coach. You know, tell me about your family. And I ask them questions. Oh, I see that you know, you're married. And like, so I start having conversation with them and I start building the relationship and I stop hounding them just about getting the challenge pack. I'll be like, okay, so tell me a little bit more about your cravings. You know, you mentioned that you have like irritable bowel syndrome. Tell me a little bit about that. Or whatever it is. Or like, I have a 9-year-old and an 11-year-old too. I saw that you have an 8 and a 12-year-old. Like, what's going on with them? So I start building the relationship, and then I'll sprinkle in, hey, did you get did you get the email about the stuff? I noticed you haven't signed up yet. And I found as of late, the turnaround has been so much better because I'm not just emailing them about their challenge pack. I'm not just sending them a message about whether or not they signed up as a coach. I'm actually showing that I'm interested in them. I want to be friends, and I build that friendship first. That's my first thing. And then I found that even those people who ghosted me, honest to God, 2 months later or 3 months, if they'll say it's money or whatever. If I just keep every 2 weeks, you know, how's it going? How's work? I know that you went for a new job interview, whatever. And they even see me on my, because they're still following me on my personal page, right? And they're seeing, you know, about me and the type of person I am and other people who are interacting with me. It's building that trust, like no trust like factor, right? Because sometimes they just don't know you and they don't want to spend money with you, first of all, right? This is online, scammed all the time. But I found my turnaround now is a whole lot faster. So the minute they say yes, I start focusing on building the relationship as opposed to getting them to finish their thing and give me money. I'm focusing on building that relationship and asking them more questions about them and showing that I'm interested in them and building this relationship and coaching them. And that has made a huge difference in getting ghosted for me.
That is big, because people need to know that you care and not just about them being a sell. Because everybody, you know, nobody wants to be the sell. They want to know that you actually care about helping them. And so that's a very good point. What is their why? What are their goals? Are you talking to them more than just Beachbody? And Regina mentioned that she had a very similar situation. She asked if she can always follow. She always asks whether she can follow with them next month. So there you go. I think that what you just said, Duan, is money. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anybody else. Yes, I think it's cop out too. Okay, people say they're interested, give them all the information. Don't open. Okay. Couple things that I had. We actually, someone mentioned asking if everything's okay and then putting them on your follow-up list and asking permission to, or just say, hey, hope everything's okay. I'm going to put you on my list for next month to follow up on this. And in between time, we'll do some Dewan action and follow up with them outside of Beachbody. Did you know I'm holding a spot open for you? One thing that Tulin Emery mentioned that she does is that everyone, no matter what, gets sent free value. Not anything crazy, but everybody gets sent free value. So she has a PDF of recipes that she sends out. So, hey, just want to make sure we talked about your health and fitness. I want to make, here you are. I want to make sure that you're still set. If you change your mind, I hope everything's okay. I know that my kids, they're always deleting my messages. So reach out to me. I'm still here for you. That's kind of off the top of my head. So let's see. All right, y'all, we have 2 minutes left. We didn't get to sharing the business opportunity, but I think that since we just did our sneak peek into coaching for the Black group, we can pick that up next time we all converse together in a mastermind setting. I think this was a really rich discussion. Before we leave, though, is there anything left? Any lingering comments? Any lingering questions?
Yes. So I had a question about what Duan was saying about, did I pronounce your name correctly? Okay. About your process. So after they tell you they want to join whatever it is they're joining, you go back to building a relationship. And then you mentioned that, hey, I check your email. I just sent you whatever, the information to sign up. So you do that simultaneously while you're speaking with them in Messenger about themselves?
Yeah. So after they sign up, I'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited about you being part of the group, and then I'll be like, you mentioned, that you have whatever it is that we're talking about. I'll just elaborate it a bit more. I'll be like, in order to be a really good coach, I need to get a little bit, I just want to know a little bit more about your lifestyle. So, tell me about your family. I saw you posted a picture about your son. He just had a birthday. And then I'm, oh yeah, I had a birthday party there with my son. So I take it off Beachbody and I start talking about things that connect us together and make her like me more, that no-like thing. And then I'll bring it back afterwards to be like, hey, I was just wondering if you got the email. I sent you the email. You're supposed to be getting it from Beachbody. Did you see it? Did you have any issues with it? Just let me know if you have any issues so I can help you with that. And then I'll go back, yeah, our sons are so amazing. Don't you just love boys? And so I kind of do that whole song and dance, right? And it's genuine because I want to know about her. And I find the more we connect, the more they're likely to stay in the challenge group too, right? Because you're having these conversations with them and they're feel more connected to you, so then they don't ghost in your challenge groups either. They're more likely to post their pictures and their shakes and talk back and forth with you in the group too. So that's what I do. I just kind of sprinkle it in back and forth like a dance, and it's made such a difference.
Like that. Thank you for going through your process, Duan. Anything else, y'all? Okay, well, just to recap then, it sounds like the general consensus when we're overcoming any objection, regardless of what it is one, to overcome them with confidence. You be confident. Sometimes you do have to face it till you make it, because it is okay to be a masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time, but just answer it with confidence, push back with confidence, and be okay to push back because we know that we're coming from a good place and our intentions are pure. Overcome your objections in stories. In story form and post. I'm not a good storyteller. That's a cop-out too, because again, it's okay to be a masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time. I'm here to share something that works for me. I'm here to share a resource that I am doing that works for me. So if I share the story about how 5 years ago, I was this broke, busted, disgusted person who was a victim and was okay with being the victim, and I'm telling you how this resource that has entered my life has assisted with me getting better and with me being the person I am today, I don't care how ugly it sounds right now. It's going to get better. Practice makes permanent, but we have to get it out there. That's a way that we overcome our objections in our post, in story form, on whatever social media platform you're on. Share those stories, and share them in video, share them in live. Don't just do posts, because sometimes that passion isn't conveyed to the best of its ability on a post when it's just written text, especially if they get too long. To be candid, I'm a blue-red personality. If it's too long, I keep scrolling, even if it's really good. Ask questions. Questions like, well, how does that look? Well, what would that look like? What would that be like? Why? What's the difference? Ask those questions. Lead with the benefits. Lead with the value. Lead with not just that you're doing it, but why you're doing it and how that is improving you and your family. Lead with those. PD groups, invite your followers, invite your friends, your people to read with you, and be strategic with the books that you suggest. Invite people to do free groups where they are personal development based, where we incorporate books that deal with confidence or limiting beliefs or self-doubt, books that that we use as coaches to take us to the next level. Be mindful also of key phrases. I was talking to Artina, and she was mentioning, I'm very curious. I'm always very mindful of trigger words and words that repel people from me and from joining this opportunity. And so she mentioned that one word that triggers her people to say no is saying coach. And so obviously we're coaches. So it's like, well, what does she say then? She defines what we do as coaches, but she doesn't say coach because she's found that turns off her followers. So maybe you be curious and be omnipresent to figure out what are those words, those phrases that attract and repel your people. Sneak peeks. Do sneak peeks. Do sneak peeks into we do sneak peeks into challenge groups, right? Those are our free groups. We're giving people the opportunity to see what we do and the value that we add in this group setting. But maybe you do more sneak peeks into coaching for them to overcome these objections by seeing other people like that. Talk like you. Push back like you. Be you. There's no one youer than you. And we need you to push back in the way that you do with your pure heart. And then make sure they know you care. So those are some ways that no matter what the objection is, we can overcome it. All right, y'all, that's it. I'm sorry that I kept you guys 4 minutes over. Thank you guys so much for contributing to our call tonight. I'll post this tomorrow in the group. We'll have our next mastermind in 2 weeks on Wednesday. I will do it at 9 o'clock Eastern time. I'm sorry. I said that I was going to do it at 9 o'clock Eastern time. We'll do it at 9 o'clock Eastern time in 2 weeks on Wednesday. Thanks, guys, for everything you do. Let's kick butt. We have a weekend, a couple days left. Mwah! Bye, y'all.